What's up, manga fans? This is Raphael from C Manga, and welcome back to another review of Bleach. This week's chapter 619, The Betrayal. And as the title says, Ishida makes his return in this chapter as the betrayer to Ichigo and his friends. And he created so much drama and tension in this chapter. His entrance was very much needed because it just created a very dramatic, very thrilling chapter, and I just enjoyed every moment of it. It was very, very, very enjoyable. And even down to the confrontation and conversation between Ichigo and Yhwach, it just was so tense and so, as I said, drama filled. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, especially when Yhwach had the audacity to strike a nerve in Ichigo that no one should ever have the right to say, because this is obviously something that's always played Ichigo in, Bleach. He blamed himself for his mother's death, and Yhwach had the audacity to actually bring it up and say it was your fault. Things like that in this chapter was really very well done. But interesting enough was the way the conversation Ichigo had with Yhwach towards the beginning. Last chapter we had Ichigo said he's not going to do any of his bidding, but Yhwach actually said that he has never believed of making Ichigo do all these biddings because all of the decisions Ichigo's made have been connected to his own. And this is where we get a deja vu a la Aizen moment where Yhwach claims that all of Ichigo's battles, growths up until now have been in preparation for him killing the Soul King. So I'm just sitting there thinking, I've heard this before. Aizen said the exact same things. I'm thinking these guys have a lot more in common than I'm thinking. And I remember me and Reese on the channel one time, I think we should make a video about this. We were saying that Aizen and Yhwach might actually be brothers, and this is just another one making me think maybe they're brothers. But yeah, that deja vu moment was quite hilarious because it's like another person has basically kind of claimed all of Ichigo's progressions and moments in battles have all been orchestrated or overseen by someone of a higher being or whatever, or higher hierarchy, and they've been watching all of this. But what I'm happy with is Ichigo isn't breaking down from this. He's not being deterred. His resolve is still there, and despite the fact that things like this are kind of very sensitive towards him because it's to do with his origin, he's still fighting Yhwach, saying, I don't believe you, who cares about blood, I'm going to stop you. But it really, really, really did strike a nerve when Yhwach said, why do you hate me so much? Why do you want to stop me? Am I the root of all your resentment? And it's like, it's funny coming from you, you want to stop me. That's rich coming from the boy who killed his own mother. And I was like, Yhwach, your face needs to get peeled off and you need to be burnt. I can't believe he said that. He said, Ichigo is the reason why his mother died. Your weakness caused her death. And I'm just sitting there thinking, you have no right to say that. I mean, the audacity of it, the cheek of it, because the fact of the matter is, your Austrian was the reason why Ichigo's mother died, and the reason why Ishida's mother is dead, because you stole their powers. So he's just trying to rile Ichigo up, and it worked because he got completely angry. I could see the shock on his face. I had the same kind of look. He was just like, and then obviously attacked him. And this moment reminded me of when Ichigo found out that Grand Fisher had killed his mom, and it was the same kind of thing, a moment of shock followed by battle scream of rage. And it's moments like this that really make me wish the anime came back, because I would love to see the change in expressions and the voice acting in that scene, because it was really tense. But this moment, it wasn't even the worst. I'd say it's after this is where things fall to crap, when Ishida makes his arrival by shooting Yorichi in the shoulder, and in a way causes the destruction of worlds to resume again, because she's lost her concentration with the barrier she set up, and it's completely shattered. And even Ichigo shouting at Ishida, is like, what the hell have you done? And I'm pretty sure at this point Ishida knows that the worlds were crumbling. The Soul King was the source of keeping everything together. Yorichi had set up a barrier to keep it all stable, and the fact that he's aimed straight for her, he knows what he was doing, because it makes me think, how far is he going to go with following Yhwach? I could understand if he attacked Ichigo, because then it would make it more believable that he's there to help, but he attacks Yoruichi, knowing that, you know, the stability of the worlds are going to crumble. So I really want to know what is going on with Ishida. I really want to see into his mind, what is his plan, because I originally thought he was there joining Juha because he was on a revenge trip. He wanted to kill him for what he did to his mom. But now it seems like he's following him more intensely than I believed before. The fact that he, you know, attacked Yoruichi, who was protecting the thing that was protecting or keeping the worlds together, makes me think there's something more deeper going on with him. So I want to know what's going to go happen with him, because what he did is just basically screwed everything up. And one part of the chapter I was really not happy was Yoruichi. She kind of seems a bit helpless in this chapter, and obviously after being shot she didn't really just roll over and not do anything. She tried to attack Juha with these spheres. Apparently after the first one there's tremendous damage, but Juha summons Per Ninda, you know, the guy who warps people's bodies or things into, like, crumbles, just distorts everything. He arrives, distorts Yoruichi's arm, and then she is thrown out of the palace. And I'm just sitting there like, God, why did she have to get one shot? She was the only one there other than Ichigo actually doing anything. Now that she's gone, Ichigo's pretty much alone, because Orihime and Ganju haven't done anything. And now that she's gone, she was a person who, as I said before, was keeping the Soul King stable along with Mimihagi. Now that all those things are gone and Ichigo is now there by himself to face Ishida and Juha on his own, things are going to be quite severe. And if any more elite guards show up, he's going to be in a very dire situation. So the Shinigami are going to need to get on their way there. But towards the end of the chapter, Juha obviously now is free to put his hands on the Soul King, and despite Ichigo trying to stop him, Uryu freaking intervenes with another arrow shot, and this gives Juha the chance to rip off Mimihagi. So, you know, the Soul King is back to the state it was before, and obviously the destruction of the worlds is going to obviously reoccur. So I'm just sitting there thinking, man, things really don't ever stay calm in, you know, this current arc. It's just like the solution, then it goes back to crap, solution, crap. So it's like the back and forth is really killing me. It's like 1 minute you think it's fine, no it's not. It's fine, no it's not. So now, as I said, Mimihagi is gone. What is going to happen? And then what can Ichigo do? What can anyone do at this point? Because, you know, Ukitake pretty much sacrificed nearly everything to do this. Can the hand just go back on, or is it completely unable to revert and cover the Soul King again? But really, as I said, I want to know what Ishida's thinking. The fact that he's like, do not interfere with the Majesty, and Ichigo is just screaming at him like, what the hell are you doing, Ishida? Really want to know what he's thinking, because as I said before, I thought this was a revenge mission, but now I'm thinking it might be something deeper. Because when I think back to what Hashwat said, he might have knew Ishida was planning something. So when Ishida drank the blood, he's like, there's nothing you can do, you can't go back now, you gotta follow the Majesty to a T. And maybe this is what he's doing, he's kind of forced to do it. Or he's just, as I said, following through this double agent act, which I believe he's doing a bit more intently than we believed. So at this point, literally we have to wait for the Gotei 13 to arrive and help, because Ichigo is going to need it, especially if the rest of the elite guard show up, and Hashwat, he's going to need that backup. So I think that's probably when they will arrive, when Ichigo is literally ganged up on and he needs the support. But as I said before, very brilliant chapter, very enjoyable. The drama, the tension, everything was there. Action, it was really, really good. And I just hope Kubo can keep this up and go even further and bring us another great chapter next week. So, you know the usual. I enjoyed this chapter. Let me know what you think, and I'll speak to you guys next time. Take care.